Hello YouTube, this is Jano or Fishing for Jano, and I'm here to talk about my next tutorial on RAM, and that's going to be on neutral and round start. So let's talk about neutral. Let's get into it. So if you want to talk about neutral, you need to know the definition of neutral. I feel like a lot of people feel like they know what neutral is, but then get confused. So here's the info dictionary on neutral. This is a fighting game dictionary. I will link it in the description below. Basically, neutral is when both players don't have an advantage. There's quotes there for a reason. I'll explain that. Both players don't have an advantage. You guys aren't knocked down. You're not getting comboed. You're not in a block string. And you guys are both fighting for space to get into your win condition. So some characters have worse neutral than other characters because, let's say they have stubby normals, it's really hard for them to fight for that space, right? So even though it's a neutral state, like it's not always neutral. So let's kind of get into it. Let's talk about Ram. Let's talk about Ram and her buttons. This character obviously is memed on for having one of the best neutrals in the game because it is really good. This button is ridiculously large. And it's probably her like default neutral tool. She could do jump slash, she could do slash. It covers so much of the space, right? Like this is kind of like, she's covering like 50% of the screen here with just this one button, and it's really hard to attack. There are characters that have an easy time attacking it, and there's ways to deal with it. This move is very low profileable, so if you have like Jacko or Eno, they could go right under this with their special moves. And if you have like faster characters like Geo, Chip, and Melia, they could they see you whiff that, they're gonna run in right away. So even though this is her default option, this will get you a lot of mileage. It's not her best tool because she could get whiff punish. She could get sometimes it is a bait using this move because a lot of characters will find an answer to it, and since people use it so much, there is answers to that move, even though it's really good. She also has this move, which is also super ridiculous. We'll talk about that a little later. We'll talk about that when we get to our whiff punish state. So since this move isn't amazing, it is amazing, but there's gonna be answers to this. What are some better, safer moves to use? Oh, and in general, Ramlethal is a mid-range character, so as much as she has this move for neutral, this is kind of what she's going to get off of it if she hits you with it. So even though you would hit them, you're still not gaining that space you need to win the game, right? So let's kind of get into it. Let's kind of get into what Ram has that could kind of get her into that mid-range state to win the game. So her kick moves are some of the best moves in the game. This move is one of the best walling out moves, and this move is one of the best moves to use in neutral. I think as much as this move is really good, dashing 2K has a lot of mileage. One of the reasons is it could go under a lot of moves. It's not like a full-on low profile like some moves are, like Testament dashing 2K, but it has properties of that. So let's talk about what I mean. So let's say Happy Callus is going to 6S me, right? I could get in there. I could stop that. She could do that to a lot of moves that aren't hitting low. She will kind of just slide in there. And it's one of her best neutral options, because let's say you do slide in there, right? Get this. Now you're in offense, right? That's your offense. You're in a mid-range area. You got to take them to the corner, So that's one of her best mid-range tools, So I'd use that a lot. That's a really good mid-range tool. And another one of it is her 5K, right? One of Ram's best neutral is walling out. She has this move, she has this move. Basically, she wants to keep you out of you getting into her range, because again, she is a very squishy character. If she gets hit, she will die. So she wants to keep you out. So she has these moves, really good. 2K is really good, but this is more of an offensive tool, I would say. And she has 5K. This move is really good for walling out. So again, as I said, Melia, Chip, Geo are going to destroy you if you try using this move. They will dash in, they will get knocked down, they'll put you in their win condition. That's what neutral is, right? You want to keep doing your win condition so you can get to, and you want to refuse them from getting their win condition. So let's kind of talk about 5k and how good of a walling move it is. So a lot of characters are going to do advancing normals. 5k will stuff a lot of advancing normals, like there, 6h. I'm using that as an example, but it applies to a lot of dash advancing normals, except for like Gold Lewis maybe, just because his hit's a lot higher. So yeah, she's really good at walling people out, and then she could even get a knockdown off of this, you know. Oopsie. There's a risk to all of this, but a lot of characters will just run at you, especially Chip Melia, and using 5k really subverts them. It's a really fast button. Again, it Gatlings into 2k 2d for knockdown. You know, if a character is kind of running at you a lot, using 5k and 2k to check their runs at you are really good. It even works a little bit as an anti-air, as I explained in my other video. So yeah, and then that's most of her neutral tools that you're going to be using. You're using a lot of this, you're going to use a lot of this, and a lot of dashing 2k. These put her in a win condition of she wants to be in the corner, and she wants to be attacking you in the corner. As much as people think Ram's win condition is like hitting you mid-screen, she doesn't get too much off hitting you mid-screen. She gets this, and if she's closer, she does get a really good combo if she's closer. This is not the best combo, but, you know, that's what I was saying. She doesn't get a combo if she's closer to you, but again, that's not like max range. You know, she really likes this mid-range area, like this area right here. This is where Ram exceeds. So you're fighting with 2k, 5k, far slash to get into this area. You want to keep taking up that space to get in that area, and those are the tools to do that. And another thing that comes with neutral is kind of like whiff punishing. So like, let's see if I could get there. So like, for example, let's kind of use this because I haven't really talked about this move. This move is a really good whiff punish move. So let's say Happy Chaos tries shooting you, right? Boom, you're hitting with that move really far away. Let's say he tries doing it from here, right? A lot of Happy Chaoses will try doing like a full screen reload because they're full screen, right? They can't really get hit. They can't get hit by Ram. So using your long range normals in neutral to like punish people that are using long range abilities that can get punished is also a good way to think about it. There's a lot of instances of this. I just chose Happy Chaos Reload because it works for me all the time, or a lot of the time. And then using your 2k and 5k to wall them out, and then to get in yourself, to get into that mid-range position on Ram that you want. So since we talked about a lot of neutral, let's talk about round start on Ram. I think this is also some of the most important parts about fighting games. So one of the characters that you run into round start a lot of the times is Soul Bad Guy. And a lot of Ram's neutral applies to her round start. So let's put on position reset, and let's turn on the round call so we could kind of see if it's really round start. So, and then let's do opponent status, counterattack settings, position. So let's start with forward P. So a lot of characters will do forward P to you. As you can see, it beats Ram's one of her best buttons, right? So what do you do when someone's using 6P? You know, you try 5K, it's gonna get hit. You try your own forward P, it clashes, right? So you have to do a clash cancel there. You don't really want that all the time. So you could actually low profile these moves. So 2S. 2S is a really good neutral tool. It's really large, and you know, you get that off of it. You know, you could get a really good position to get into your win condition, which is mid screen. What else could you do? Let's try 2K. Doesn't work. So like, let's say Soul is doing this 6P. You could do 2S here. What you could also do is wait for them to miss by walking back and whiff punishing it. It's one of the best things you could do on Ram. since her far slash is so large, a lot of characters will throw their best move out mid and round start, and all you have to do is walk back and punish it. So you could also do TK. You could do TK. I forgot what this move is called, but it's cortical backslash. It's one I do this a lot. It puts you in your win condition since you get a hard knockdown off of it, so it's really good. So let's see a lot of other moves that people use. So that's if people are using 6P. So again, one of Soul's best move is actually his standing S, his far slash. So let's see what happens to far slash. Again, Ram's button loses to far slash. Can't do that. You can't do, but we get 5k here. Again, Ram's 5k beats advancing normals. So you will beat 5k here, or far slash here. Now that's also really good because you could get like something like this, you know? Oopsie, my bad. You get something like this. Just puts you in your win condition, right? You're mid screen now, you're right next to them. You could get for a close slash there. Far slash could also get low profiled. Pretty sure 2S works there. Let me try it again. I guess it doesn't work there. So let's try 2K. Again, as I said, 2K will beat moves that you could go under. You could do dashing 2K, and you beat it. Again, one of the best things to do against this, walk back. Walk back far slash is a really good round start option. It beats a lot of people's round starts because a lot of people are just going to hit their best button, right? They want to beat you right away. They're not really thinking about what could happen to the game. They want to beat you. So doing walk back far slash is super good. And so we talked about like, you know, things you could do against this move, right? You could also do 6P. So what happens if they kind of like see that you are doing like 6P, 5K, 2K against it, right? Like they have answers to that, right? So usually the answers are a crouching button of their own. So we'll talk about Soul's crouching S. Let's do far slash. Boom, I get hit. Let's do 2K. Boom, I get hit. Let's do 5K. Boom, I get hit. Again, one of the best options to do since you walk back far slash. As much as far slash is one of your best tools in the game as Ramlethal, it also is a detriment sometimes. People can whiff punish it, people have practiced many things against it. So being able to do, like, have answers to people that have answers to your far slash is really good because, like, again, if you're just doing far slash every time on Ram, round start, Soul's going to start doing 2S. And it's really hard to beat Soul's 2S because we've tried every move, right? You could do that TK cortical back S too. This also works against it, but we're not talking about that really. So, cortical back S. So let's kind of like wrap up what I've talked about here. So Ram, again, one of the best neutrals in the game. She does have issues with her neutral though. Far slash is easily pokeable against. 2S is too slow sometimes on round start. 2K. 2K is really good, but again, it gets beaten by slash moves. So one of your best neutral tools on Ram is actual walk back S. Or not walk neutral, but round start tools, walk back S. And that makes Ram pretty scary to deal with. Because, like, yeah, let's say someone, you know, does that. Boom. You hit them, and now you've won neutral. You know, maybe you do a Daru there, and you're in your win condition. You know, you get to that point where you could win the game. So I hope you guys found this informational. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.